Hey everyone, Alicia Power here, founder of soulmentoring.com. Welcome to this video, tips and tools for expanding your soul satisfaction in this lifetime. Why not? It's extremely important. So today what I'd love to talk to you about is the way that you think and what you think about your own thinking. What I mean by that is that there is a very important skill to learn, and that is to observe yourself thinking. It may sound a little bit strange, excuse me, but in actual fact, when you allow yourself to notice that you're thinking, it separates you away from that huge stream of thoughts that's constantly taking place. There's a benefit to this, and there's a result to this, and one of the benefits is that you can start controlling the tone of your thinking. And one of the reasons you'd like to start doing that is so that you're not pushed by your own thoughts into places you may not want to go. And one of the reasons I'd like to talk about this is that your thinking switches on your biochemistry. It actually switches on your emotions. Your emotions and your biochemistry, which means your hormones, which it means your oxytocin or your endorphins, or maybe not such good chemistry, an override of adrenaline, for example. This is switched on by your thinking, and we've heard that many performance coaches talking about making sure that your thinking is positive. You know, we might have heard about the principle of the law of attraction, for example, about positive thinking. So what I'd like to talk about here today is that the style of your thinking, the tone of your thinking is extremely important. The tone of your thinking pushes your emotions up and down. If you want to stay stable and relaxed and stress-free and your emotions happy, a very important tool to begin to use is to learn how to separate away from your thinking. And it might sound controversial and a little bit impossible, but it's an extremely important skill to learn, simply because it gives you the ability to stay relaxed, to stay calm, to be able to observe very, very clearly what really is going on in any moment. And that could be maybe how you feel about something. You might want to observe the truth about a situation. Perhaps there's a couple of people in your world, in your circumstances, that are having a conflict, and you need to dive below the flurry of the surface of what's going on and observe what the truth is about what's going on between them and make a decision about that. You may need to look long-term into your future and make a decision about what the right path is to follow. These are situations that we all get involved in daily, day by day, making these micro choices in our life. But you know, more important than that, hey, we're sitting in the seat of life. We're sitting back in the armchair of life, and life's happening to us. There's this continuum of activity happening around us constantly. You know, we get up in the morning, we have our coffee, we go for our exercise. In my case, I go down to the beach with our little puppy, and I love it. The day begins, the movie starts rolling. And it's about the quality of life. It's about every day maximizing your enjoyment, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, that's the bottom line. Whatever we think we're doing, however much we're thinking we're contributing, it's about expanding our ability to enjoy our life. And even if we are in Africa looking after an orphanage, you know, at the peak of contribution in some way, or managing, you know, a fund that distributes money out to good causes, to charities, you know, that feeling of contributing. Again, as far as I'm concerned, it's about making sure that you're enjoying every moment of your life, because life goes by so quickly. The days roll by so quickly, the weeks roll by so quickly, the months roll by so quickly. And it's 2010, it's 2011, it's 2012. Life goes by. So what I'm suggesting is pull right back. Notice what it is that you're thinking and feeling as much as you can every moment. So it takes a habit to self-observe, to notice what you're thinking, to notice whether your stress levels are extremely high and uncomfortable. Sometimes stress is comfortable when you're trying to push forward on a project. and you're quite enjoying the challenge. But there are times when that stress is overriding all your switches and you're starting to run on an empty tank. Then it starts getting very uncomfortable. You're starting to feel like you're getting out of control, you're losing energy, you're actually losing your ability to think clearly and to make clear choices. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about pulling right back and feeling and noticing the tone of your thinking and starting to control that. Now here's a little tip about how to separate yourself away from your thoughts. Sounding controversial again. It might seem impossible again. What I'm going to do again is give you a tip using the breath. Put your full attention on your breath, full attention, 100% on your breath. Watch it coming in, watch it going out. Watch it coming in, watch it coming out, and do that as long as it takes to slow your mind right down. And notice that you are the observer watching your breath, putting your full attention and making a decision to watch your breath. So the observer is activating that decision. And even though your thoughts might keep happening and keep wandering and keep flowing all around the universe and back again, it's okay. Absolutely fine. The point is to keep coming it back to watching your breath. Give it something to do. Give it a bone to chew on. It's a naughty little dog like my puppy. Give it something to chew on. It's going to settle. Give it a job to do, to watch the breath. That's the trick. Give it a job to do. And you'll notice in a moment that you'll start observing that you are an observer. And right there, in that moment, when you're noticing that you are observing your breath, someone is watching your breath. Someone is starting to watch how your thoughts take off. That's when you've separated. The more you do this practice, I do suggest taking the time maybe to practice this technique 10 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the morning. The more often you do it, the better you get at it. And you can do it instantaneously at any moment in your life. When you feel that stress winding up, put your mind on your breath. And you'll learn to stay there more and more often. And there is an enormous benefit to taking control of your thinking, to taking control of the tone of your thinking. Remember when you start noticing that you're reacting negatively or starting to have a slightly pessimistic attitude to projects or to your future or to yourself or to someone outside of you. Right there is a major indicator that you're out of control and your thinking is pushing your emotions around. Stay in control, follow your breath at any moment during your day. Driving, waiting for someone, you might have a pause, even just stop at your computer and do it for 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes out. And you'll come back into control, you'll notice yourself as the observer, and guess what? The more often and the longer you keep your attention on your breath, there's a strange thing that happens. There's a switch. It starts to build a feeling of happiness. Very simple, of happiness. Happiness. It's what we want. We just want to be happy. Quick tip for you today. Very powerful tip. Thank you for watching. I'm Alicia Power, and we'll chat again soon.